It's currently 2025, and I haven't given you an updated add-on video for the Elder Scrolls Online in literally years. So let's fix that. A quick heads up, if you watched my OG add-on vid, which is linked in the description by the way, a bunch of those are still in there. I'm a creature of habit and my life in ESO demands the comfort of my favorite add-ons, but don't worry, there is plenty of new stuff too. This list is pretty hefty, so everything is timestamped. Feel free to jump around as needed. Console players, you have add-ons, yay! But I honestly have no clue what will be available or how it is going to work. So I'm crossing my fingers that either these or similar add-ons will show up for you as well. And an important note, most add-ons have dependencies for lib or library files that you need to download separately. I'm not listing every single one here, but just check the add-on descriptions and grab what you need. I personally use Minion to install and keep everything updated. My how to install add-on video is also linked in the description if you need it. One last FYI before we dive in, some add-ons might be flagged as out of date, but they still work fine for me. It's up to you if you want to use them. Let's start with one add-on I literally can't function without, Wykkyd Framework. It bundles all of the Wykkyd add-ons together, but I personally only use the toolbar. It tells me everything, my research timers, my horse training cooldown time, my inventory space, what my ping rate is, character level, you name it, it'll tell it to me. It is all completely customizable, 10 out of 10 add-on, I will cry if it ever breaks. Dark UI and PerfectPixel are a dream team. PerfectPixel expands the game windows, so there's less scrolling and more info at a glance. It's super handy for like inventory management, your quest log, and Dark UI just reskins a lot of the UI elements in the game. It actually does come in a dark and light option, so if you'd prefer a lighter look to the menu but want to use this overall style, you can still use this add-on. I personally am using the dark version as I prefer my UI to reflect my soul. And then I pair those two with advanced filters, which adds an extra layer of filters to the top of your inventory, making it so much faster and easier to find what you need or just get an overview of a particular part of your inventory. And then all of that gets tied together with an add-on I have a not so secret love of, which is auto category. It's probably in my top 5 most important add-ons just forever and ever. Like, it will always stay in that list. It categorizes all of your items in your inventory, making it easier to find items in like various subsections. And you can open and close those subsections as needed. So if you don't want to see your furnishing items listed out, you can close that down. If you don't want to see what items to break down or just potential poor life choices you've made, it lets you hide and see what you want when you want. FCO ItemSaver is a total game changer for managing your inventory. It lets you mark items to sell, break down, or just save from your inventory. It's super handy for like quick tagging gear on the fly without accidentally destroying your favorite item. Auto Recharge and Repair is a newer add-on of mine, and I don't know how I lived without it before because I'm the kind of girl who never remembers to repair or recharge anything, and then I wonder why nothing works. This will make use of the repair kits and soul gems that are in your inventory to auto recharge and auto repair your items as needed. Just make sure you actually have those items in your inventory or the add-on will yell at you, which I'm a big fan of. Let's jump for a second from inventory and gear management to like your map, your mini-map, and just all the ways you're going to find your way around the world of Tamriel. Let's start with LoreBooks and Skyshards. These two I have had for literally ever and can't imagine ESOing without them. LoreBooks does what it says on the box. It puts the LoreBooks on your map and compass for ease of finding them. Skyshards does the exact same thing, but for Skyshards. And listen, I know the game does it now for Skyshards. It's not the same, okay? Whether that's me being me or it's true, I don't know, but this add-on is staying in my add-on list forever. A Lost Treasure adds markers for treasure and survey maps directly to your map. So you can toggle them on and off as needed in the map filter, but it does make it easier to find everything as you're roaming around. Quest Map will also do the same thing, but for just quests. So it'll show you your active, completed, and available quests right on your map. It is also filterable within your map, so it doesn't get too overwhelming. Votan's MiniMap is my MiniMap of choice. It keeps me somewhat on track and frankly from wandering off cliffs most of the time. Faster travel will remember your recently used way shrines across all of your characters and lets you favorite specific ones. I found this to be super useful for so many reasons, but especially when grinding out an event, or if you have all of your characters that need to go to one spot for like learning something, or with the new subclassing, like you have to go to that one spot. It makes it really easy to just keep repicking that way shrine per character. Destinations, this will mark the points of interest on your map, making it easier to see what's located where in a given area. There's a whole bunch of options for you to pick and choose of what you would like to see. Now on to my personal obsession, crafting. Crafting is my love language in the Elder Scrolls Online, so we have a lot of add-ons here. Let's start with the must-haves that everyone and their mama will tell you that you need if you're crafting. Lazy Writ Crafter, Daily Alchemy, and Daily Provisioning. These will allow you to get your writs quickly, auto-craft them when you interact with the station if you want them to. It will tell you what you're missing, if you're missing something, etc. Installing these will make it take longer to turn in your writs than actually doing them. Then, once you get a bit more advanced in the land of crafting, you have to get WritWorthy. This add-on will tell you if you have the required skills for a master writ, if you have enough materials for it, so you can get a general sense of if it's even worth doing. Very handy to have installed and ready to go for whenever you hit the master writs point. With those, I like to pair them with a few tracker add-ons just to make staying organized easier. Research Assistant will show a little icon next to armor and weapons if you need to research them on your character. And then the different colors will denote if you have like duplicate trait items already researched, if it's intricate or ornate. I find it super helpful as it will tell you what the lowest quality item is with the color coding system, so I can make sure I'm researching the right item quickly. ESO Master Recipe List will allow you to hover over a recipe to see if you've learned it, what other characters of yours have learned it, if you have enough ingredients for it, etc. This also does work with the furnishing recipes, so if you're a housing fiend, it is a must-have. Craftstore will give you a full overview of what traits you've researched on each character, which allows me to have a really nice general overview just to stay sane when I'm figuring out who's got what and who needs what more, and that way too I can also see what I might need to start crafting armor sets. HarvestMap will add an icon on your map every time you harvest an item. It makes it easy to see places where you've been for farming, what you can harvest where, so if you come back to the same area again on any of your characters, you'll know that X, Y, and Z is available. Also, I won't lie, it's just satisfying to have your map filled with all kinds of harvesting icons. You can also filter them on and off in the map filter area, so if you want to hide them for a little bit, it's easy to do. Next up, if you're stepping into group content or you just want your combat UI to work with your brain instead of against it, these are my personal must-haves that I currently have installed. OdySupportIcons, it shows the roles in your group content over people's head. So like, whoever your tank is, it will show an icon for it. Whoever your DPS is, it will show an icon for it. It's amazing to use in dungeons and just other big group content so you don't get lost and you know who's doing what when. Srendarr's Azurah buff and debuff tracker allows you to see what buffs and debuffs you're running, and more than anything, I find it helpful to easily see like when my food items are almost up, how long a skill has up before it runs out in general, and also, most importantly, how long my XP scroll has left, so I'm never without something that I need. Super useful if you're a little bit of a chaotic person like myself who always forgets to re-up things. Dynamic CP, this add-on. Oh, this is a beautiful add-on. It lets you create champion point presets. But more importantly for me, it lays out the system for champion points in a much more readable way. I don't actually use it for the presets, but the interface itself. So if champion points feel overwhelming or just hard to navigate, try this add-on. Fancy Action Bar is a must-have for me as it makes the action bars stack instead of swap, so I can see what I have on both bars at the same time. It also highlights the active skill and the active bar, making it easy to keep up with the different abilities as I'm going. It does not, though, prevent me from dying less in PvP, so there's that. And finally, let's wrap up this gigantic list with some UI upgrades, quality of life things that just make ESO overall feel smoother. Azurah Interfaced Enhanced allows me to customize my UI so I can move whatever I want around within the general UI like on my main screen. It's super similar to how you can edit the UI in Star Wars: The Old Republic if you've ever played that game. It's really handy to have, especially if you are somebody that wants certain things in very particular spots. There's also several options to play with within the add-on settings to get your interface exactly how you'd like it. AwesomeGuildStore literally does what it says. It will make your guild store interface actually usable and very awesome. Tamriel Trade Center is very important if you're buying a lot of items from the guild store or selling in a trade guild. It's a must-have as it'll keep you up to date on the latest prices so you know what to list for and, more importantly, what to buy for, like how much you're spending, so that way you're not spending too much money on certain items. Improved Companion Rapport will show you the rapport gains and losses in your chat window so you can see how a companion feels about what you and whatever you're doing at that one moment. It also just makes it a lot easier to track where you are in terms of the next level up with them. BugCatcher is a must-have because it does the important job of muting the LUA error pop-ups from either outdated add-ons or like if the game just had an update and your add-ons overall need to be updated. Your sanity will say thank you when you don't have a million pop-ups on your screen all at once yelling at you. Synced account settings, please. I literally don't know how to run multiple characters without this add-on. It syncs all of my settings from one character to the rest of them, making it so I don't have to keep redoing key bindings, my auto loot settings, various other gameplay random settings per character, especially new ones. It just makes sure though, if you do make an update to your settings, you do it on whatever character is your like perfectly set up character, if that makes sense, and then resync it so it updates to the rest of them. And I do believe that that's all of my current add-ons for ESO. Hopefully you found something fun to add into your own mix of add-ons. If you'd like to see these being used, make sure to stop by when I'm streaming ESO on Twitch or check out my Let's Play here on the channel. And if I missed your favorite add-on, make sure to tell me in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!